Hello and welcome to Miss Riley's Maths videos. And this is a video for my Form 2 Ordinary Level class. It's our homework booklet from Monday the 9th of October to Thursday the 12th of October. And I'm going to work through the solutions, and I'm hoping that this might be useful to you then as a revision booklet when it gets ready for our November exams. You can also look at this at home and look at and see where you went wrong and ask me for help if it still doesn't make sense after you view the video. Okay, so if you're using this as a revision booklet for algebra or for other topics, then I suggest what you do is you stop the video whenever new questions appear and you pause it and try the questions and then look at the solutions. Okay, so here's the first one. List all the pairs of factors of 28. So factors of 28 are numbers smaller than 28 that go into 28. So for instance, 1 and 28, they're a factor pair because 28 is a factor of 28 and so is 1. 1 times 28 is 28. 2 and 14, okay, because 2 times 14 is 28. 3 doesn't go in, and 4 times 7. And those are all the factor pairs of 28. Okay, so 1 and 28, 2 and 14, and 4 and 7, because all of those multiply together to give 28. Multiples, on the other hand, are bigger than 5, and they're numbers that you get when you multiply by 5 by something. So 5 by 1 is 5, 5 by 2 is 10, 5 by 3 is 15, 5 by 4 is 20, 5 by 5 is 25. And then if you notice, I'm just adding on 5 each time, aren't I? So I get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the first 10 multiples of 5. What size is angle W? So you might remember that with a straight line, the whole of that angle is 180. We know that. We also know that with parallel lines, okay, there's pairs of angles that are equal. In this case, we're talking about these two angles, and these are called corresponding angles, and they are equal to each other. Okay, and you notice they're at the same place. If this is one little crossroads, and this is another crossroads, do you notice they're both in the top right-hand corner? That's how we can recognize them. So in this case, W and 40 are the same size, so W is equal to 40 degrees. They are corresponding angles. Okay, other pairs of corresponding angles in the same diagram would be there. They'd be corresponding, would be there. That and that would be corresponding. And also would be here and here. They'd be corresponding. Find the value of 2x plus 5y when x equals 5 and y equals 4. So this means that x has a value of 5, so wherever I have an x, I put 5, and y has a value of 4, wherever I see a y, I put 4. And then 2x written like that means 2 multiplied by x, or as I've got it there, 2 times x. So 2 times 5 is 10, 5 times 4 is 20, 10 plus 20 is 30. Simplify means tidy up. It means gather together the terms that are the same. So 3a and 5a and 4a and minus 2a, they're all a's, so they can all be gathered together. So what I tend to do is I add all the plus a's together. 3a and 5a is 8a and 4a is 12a. And then I've got negative 2a. So 12a subtract 2a or 12a minus 2a or plus 12a and negative 2a. Either way, that's going to be 10a. And you notice how the powers don't change when we are subtracting or adding algebraic terms. The powers don't change. Which side of this triangle is the hypotenuse? But remember, the hypotenuse is the side of the triangle that's longest. It's opposite the 90-degree angle, or the right angle, and it doesn't make, or doesn't touch, or make the right angle. So you choose whichever of those makes most sense to you. So here is the hypotenuse. It's the longest side. It's opposite the right angle. And notice it doesn't make the right angle at all. The right angle is made by these two lines. So this is the hypotenuse. Okay. Find the value of 2x minus 4 equals 8. So I want to get x on one side and numbers on the other. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides, because then what I'm left with is 2x is equal to 12, and these guys go out. If 2x equals 12, then x is equal to 6. Okay, go back over that if we need to. That was the first night. Second night of homework, we've got fractions. So calculate 1/3 plus a quarter. You can do this on your calculator. Let's just do that. So 1/3, I use this button here. You can see there, 1/3, 1/3 plus 1/4. Another fraction, 1/4 equals 7/12. So equals 7/12. If I didn't have my calculator, then I would have to write them over a common denominator. So the common denominator would be 12. And I would say, how many 12ths are there in 1/3? The 3 goes into 12 4 times. So in each third, there's 4 12ths. So 1/3 would be 4 12ths. And 1/4, well, 4 goes into 12 3 times. So it would be 3 12ths. 4 12ths plus 3 12ths is 7 12ths. What size is angle P? Okay. Where did I put this? What size is angle P? As you wrote in your notes, where's P? Exactly. I don't know. I don't know. Simplify x squared plus 3x squared plus 2x squared. So I'm adding together, they're all the same kind of thing. So that's the same as 1x squared plus 3x squared plus 2x squared. So that's 6x squared. Remember, we don't add the powers. Simplify means tidy up, means multiply out the brackets. So remove the brackets first. When we remove the brackets, we do that by multiplying. So 4 by x is 4x, and 4 by 7 is 28. I can't add 4x and 28 because they're different kinds of things. Calculate. So I've got integers, I've got positives and negatives. Here's my positives, 5 and 4 and 2, which would be 11. Minus 3 and minus 10 is minus 13. Plus 11 minus 13 is minus 2. The theorem of Pythagoras says that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Use the theorem of Pythagoras to find the missing side c. So here's c, and c, of course, is the hypotenuse here, isn't it? Because it doesn't make the right angle, it's opposite the right angle. I'm going to call a 8 and b 5. So I've got a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So 8 squared plus 5 squared equals c squared. See that? Wherever I had an A, I put 8 because A was 8. Wherever I had a B, I put 5 because 5 is B. 64 plus 25 is equal to c squared. 89 is equal to c squared. And remember, this is the weird one where to find out what c is, we have to square root both sides. So in a calculator, the square root is this one here. So the square root of 89 equals, so you can either leave it as the square root of 89, or you can say it's 9.4. Okay, so the hypotenuse length is 9.4. Okay, the third day. Find the size of angle H. And I've said to be careful here. The reason I've said to be careful is because they're not corresponding. So I'm going to have to do a couple of steps here. So we've already seen corresponding. There's another type of angle called alternate. This angle here and this angle here are alternate. This angle here and this angle here are alternate. So these are alternate. And then we also have vertically opposite. So those two angles are vertically opposite, and those two angles are equal, so they're vertically opposite. See, these are vertically opposite. So if I look at this, well, if this is 100, then this is 100. Okay? If this is 100, and that's because they're vertically opposite. If this is 100, then this is 100 because they're alternate. So I've gotten right up to here, which is great. I suppose I could also have said this and this were corresponding, couldn't I? Now, how are we going to find this guy? Well, this is a straight angle. Do you remember on day one, I think, on Monday, I said that this is 180 degrees. Now, usually we do it like this, 180. But you can also do it this way. So this whole angle here is 180. So H must be 180 minus 100, which is 80 degrees. So H is 80 degrees. Okay? Simplify 3x by 5x by 2x. So 3x by 5x by 2x is 3 by 5 is 15 by 2 is 30. And x by x by x is x to the power of 3. Find the size of angle K. So all of this again is 180 degrees. So what do I have so far? I've got 90 and 40, which is 130 degrees. So far I've got 130 degrees here. So whatever's left over is going to be what K is. So subtracting 130 from 180 is 50 degrees. So K is equal to 50 degrees. Simplify 5a by a and 5a by minus 2. So again, we're talking about removing the brackets and multiplying. So 5a by a minus 2, 5a by a is 5a squared, and 5a by minus 2 is minus 10a. Okay, 5a by a is 5a squared, and 5a by minus 2, 5 by minus 2 is minus 10, and there's an a, so minus 10a. Solve this equation to find the value of x. So we want to know what 1x equals. There's 3 x's. I want 1x, so I divide by 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. So x is equal to 7. The theorem of Pythagoras says that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So let's write that down. C is what we're trying to find. Missing side C in this triangle. So we've got, this is C. Let's call this A and this B. So 6 squared plus 8 squared is equal to c squared. 36 plus 64 is equal to c squared. 100 is equal to c squared. If I square root both sides, then I have 10 is equal to c. So the hypotenuse is 10. And the last one for Thursday, 2/3 minus 1/3. Well, they've got a common denominator, so I can just subtract 2/3 minus 1/3, or you can do it on your calculator. Use this equation, solve this equation to find the value of x. So I've got 2x plus 5 is equal to 17. I want that 5 to be gone, so I subtract it from both sides. I've got 2x is equal to 12. Now I want 1x, so I divide both sides by 2, so x is equal to 6. So x is equal to 6 is my answer. And you see why that works? Because 2x plus 5 equals 17. So 2 by 6 plus 5 is 12 plus 5 equals 17. So 6 is the number that makes that work. Okay, that's what it means by solving it. Find the size of angle K and the size of angle Z. Okay, this is quite hard because I can't find Z without K or K without Z. Or maybe I can. So look, we've got a triangle. So what we haven't said so far is that these three angles add up together to give 180 degrees. So I've already got 80 and 30, which is 110. So K must be 180 minus 110 equals 70. So K is equal to 70 degrees. Now, I can either say this angle here is 180, which would mean Z was 180 minus 70, which is 110 degrees. Or I can say that Z, because it's an exterior angle equals the two opposite angles added together. So the exterior angle also equals 80 plus 30. So another way of finding it is to use that. So Z is 110. Find the value of this. This is bird math. We're going to do brackets. Well, the bracket is really just to show that that's negative. Indices, there aren't any indices or roots. Division, there's no division. Multiplication. So we do multiplication first. So 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. And then 5 plus negative 6 is negative 1. And again, you can do that on your calculator, but it's good to know how it works in case they ask you to do it without a calculator. Okay, here's another equation like we've just done up there. So let's see, we're going to add 5 to both sides to get rid of that 5, so that's 14. So I've got 2x is equal to 14, divide by 2, x equals 7. If a equals 2, b equals minus 1, c equals 3, find the value of, so 3 by 2 plus 2 by minus 1 minus 3 by b, so times b, times c, times 3. Okay, so a was 2, b was minus 1, c was 3, and b is minus 1. And if I do that on my calculator, I get 6 minus 2 plus 9, so 15 minus 2, which is 13. Use the theorem of Pythagoras to find the missing side. So here we go again. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now, a is the missing side here. 10 is c, isn't it? Because if the hypotenuse, it's opposite the right angle, it doesn't make the right angle. And let's b be 6 then. So I've got a squared plus 6 squared equals 10 squared. So a squared plus 36 is equal to 100. So minus 36 minus 30. And I did that on my calculator, okay? 6 squared, 6 x squared, there we are, equals 36. That's how you do it. So that gives me a squared, they cancel out, is equal to 64. So now what I do is I square root both sides. So the square root of 64 equals 8. So a is equal to 8. Okay. Okay, hopefully that helps. We'll talk again soon.